the Forest of the Dead. Deep in the countryside, there lay a dense, eerie forest known as Shadowwood. The villagers whispered of strange occurrences. People who ventured into the woods often never returned. For those who did, they were never the same. One fateful evening, a group of campers, Jack, Maya, Ethan, and Sophie, decided to explore the forest despite the warnings. They were thrill seekers, drawn to the challenge and the thrill of uncovering the unknown. As night fell, the forest seemed alive with ominous sounds. The wind howled, branches creaked, and faint whispers echoed, as though the trees themselves spoke in hushed tones. "Relax, guys," Jack said, though his voice betrayed his unease. "It's just an old forest, nothing to be scared of." Maya held her flashlight tightly, her eyes darting nervously. "It doesn't feel right. We should turn back." Before anyone could respond, a rustling noise came from the dense underbrush. The group froze, their flashlights scanning the darkness. Out of the shadows emerged a figure, its movements jerky and unnatural. The figure stepped into the light, revealing its decayed gray skin stretched tight over hollow cheekbones. Its eyes glowed faintly, lifeless yet filled with hunger. A sickening stench of rotting flesh hit them like a wave. "It's a zombie," Sophie whispered, her voice trembling. The creature let out a guttural moan, its head twitching unnaturally before lurching toward them. "Run!" Jack shouted. The group scattered, weaving through the trees as the zombie pursued them. More moans rose in the distance, echoing through the forest. It wasn't alone. Ethan tripped over a root, falling hard to the ground. The others stopped, hesitating, but the zombie was closing in fast. Maya grabbed a branch and swung it with all her strength, hitting the creature squarely in the head. It staggered, but didn't fall. "Get up, Ethan!" Maya screamed, pulling him to his feet. They sprinted deeper into the forest, but the moans grew louder. Soon, they were surrounded by a small horde of zombies, their decayed forms emerging from every direction. "We're trapped!" Sophie cried. Jack spotted an old cabin in the distance, its roof partially caved in but still offering some semblance of shelter. "There! Run to the cabin!" The group bolted for the cabin, slamming the rickety door shut behind them. They barricaded it with broken furniture and stood panting, listening to the zombies clawing and moaning outside. "What do we do now?" Ethan asked, his voice shaking. Maya's flashlight beam landed on a dusty book on the table. It was a journal, its cover marked with strange symbols. Flipping through the pages, she found sketches of the forest and detailed instructions for a ritual to banish the undead. "We need to do this," Maya said, pointing to the ritual. The group scavenged the cabin for the items described in the journal: a silver dagger, a vial of oil, and a bundle of sage. As they began the ritual, the zombies outside grew more frantic, their pounding shaking the fragile cabin. With the final chant, a deafening roar erupted through the forest. The zombies stopped, their forms collapsing into piles of dust. The silence that followed was suffocating. The group emerged from the cabin as the first rays of dawn pierced through the trees. Shadowwood stood still, its eerie aura dissipated, but as they walked away, a faint, distant moan echoed once more, reminding them the forest never truly rests.